to my channel, and this is your girl Tracy. So today I will be talking about a very interesting experience that I've had a couple of years ago. And as you can see, I have my little spirit with me that will help me to get through this story. And you know what? This is the one thing I can always say: God is real. And without Him, listen, we are nothing. And as I've mentioned in a prior video, that I am not in tune with religion, but I can tell you, I am in tune with the higher power. Okay? So before any further ado, let me remind you to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Please turn your notification buttons on. So let me take a sip before I start the story, okay? Because it will need a few sips of the Spirit to get me through the story. And I think it would also help you all to get through the story. So let me go ahead and take my sip. Cheers, y'all. Wow, it tastes real good too. So before any further ado, a couple years ago, like not a couple years ago, this almost, I believe, 15, 16 years ago, because I have just moved to the United States and I just moved to Miami. So I began to date, and thank goodness, dating, okay? It is called dating. And in a previous video that I've discussed, that I have, in an early age in life, or earlier stage in my life, known the difference between dating and sleeping together. And now you're going to understand the importance of dating and not sleeping with the people who you're dating before you get to know these people. So let me get into the matter before I keep blabbering. So one day I remember I went to the grocery store and I was walking back home. At that time I didn't have any car. Listen, life was hard back then, child. I done moved to the United States. All I had to my name moving here was $200 US. And trust and believe me, I did not know if I was going to be in the streets or I'm going to be under the bridge. But listen, I moved here by the grace of God. Hey, you see, life has turned out to be different. But let me get into it. So one day I went to the grocery store and I was walking home. So while I was walking home, there was this guy. He pulled up and he was driving a very, very nice car. He had his Jamaican music pumping. Very, very handsome. When I said handsome, he was to die for. Listen, he had a killer smile, okay? Darling, let me take a sip of this wine before I can continue. So, we started talking, we exchanged numbers, and we decided to have conversation. But what happened was he had a disability. So we were able to talk face to face when we see each other. But on the phone, we had to use what you call a relay service. So, however, we were dating for about a good 3, 4, 5 months into dating. And the good thing, one thing I'm very grateful for, I grew up with my grandmother, and she has taught me so much, and she has helped me to become the woman I am today. And I can tell you, I never strayed too far from her words. I may have disappointed her along the way at some point, or not at some point, but a few times, But I can tell you, I have never strayed too far from her words. So I've been dating this guy, very handsome. We would go to dinner, movies, you name it. We were just all over the place, And I'm telling you, so good never have pretty carry eye. But anyways, it was the meals were good, and I can tell the dates were good, and it was very easy on the eye, because trust and believe me, darling, I am not too fond of I will not say, but y'all get to know me, y'all will understand, okay? But yeah, it was very easy, and I was very intelligent. He was very smart. He was very educated. Actually, he was in college at the time. So this is a guy who has his situation together. You know, he was never a liability, or so I thought. But anyways, while we were dating and we were going out, you know, I get to meet his family. You know, his family were great. They were fun. I would go by for dinners with them. I would have great conversation. And it was something that was blossoming into something I believe would be great, you know, would be happy, and this will be something like would create a family for me, because here I am in the United States. I don't have family here, or my immediate family was back in the islands, and I came here to make a better life for myself. So hey, that's what I'm planning, that's what I'm doing, and that's what I'm planning on doing, and that's why I'm dating people, you know, so I could start a family, establish myself in the United States. Listen, approximately, 4 or 5 months into dating. So this happened on one of our nights that we were having conversations on the phone, and the relay, as I said, he was hearing impaired and also speech impaired, but he had a speech impediment, but very much so hearing impaired, totally hearing impaired. And therefore communicating on the phone would be using the relay service. So one night we were talking, and like any other conversation, it was very smooth, it was very enticing, you know, very sexy time, you know, and all of a sudden I hear the relay said, he said he has something to tell you. Darling, let me take a sip, because I'm telling you, to this day, my nerve is shattered, okay? To this day, my nerve is shattered. But what happened, when the relay said to me, oh, I have something to tell you. And then I said, okay, go ahead and tell me. Then she went ahead and said, oh, if I said this to you, you will never talk to me again. You will break up with me, you'll never want to talk to me again. So I thought, you know, what could this be? But then I decided that I would be persistent into him telling me, you know, and I said, okay, go ahead. No, I will not do that. You know, we're doing fine. We're great. You know, come on, we're 6 months in, you know, what could have let me walk away now? You know, anywho, this lovely, divine gentleman, handsome, smart, educated stud, of a man, said, I am HIV positive. Listen, let me tell you something. My entire body was in shock when I tell you that all the nerves in my body moved. My brain and everything stopped working. I started sweating profusely. I was shaking profusely. My body was literally numb. Anyways, now we've had a few kisses here and there. There's smooches, and you know, because you're dating. So if you're getting out of the car, you know, do little smooches here. You know, went to walk in the park, on the beach. You know, little smooches. Let me tell you something. When that word hit my ears, and this is not anything to discriminate against anyone who has been stricken by the disease, because I can tell you, a lot of us did not went to the shop to purchase it. It was not made for the dogs, or it was made for the animals. But what I'm getting to, how deceiving people are, and how you can never take anybody for face value. And I remember I said to him, why haven't you said anything to me? And his words were, my sister. You hear me? This man said, my sister, another woman told her brother not to tell another woman that he was HIV positive. And I'm telling you, we were 6 months into dating. So most women or most people, after 6 months, it becomes a transition of starting to explore each other more intimate. But I'm telling you something. The grace of God, that being, that supernatural power stood with me. And this is why I said, I am not for religion. And this is why I will always say, religion didn't save me. It was the grace of God that saves me. And it was my grandmother's word. That is why I've always said, listen to the old folks. Listen to the old people. Listen to the people in your life who has more wisdom than you. Because let me tell you something. We may always think we know it all, but the people who are older and who are wiser, let me tell you, they are the people who will forever, and their words will forever guide you and cover you. So I'm explaining this, and I'm talking about this today to encourage people never to judge the book by the cover, never to trust anybody's word for it. Don't take anybody's word for face value. And I would recommend for anybody, if you ever meet someone and you think this is something that is blossoming into something good, and that you think you want to take it a step further, always make sure you go to the doctors, you do your blood work. I will not even tell you to do the swabs, because I'm not even so sure the swabs work. But make sure you do your blood work. Make sure you do your routine checkups. All the above. Because that can save and ensure the difference in the next step or the next phase of your life. And what I can say, nothing is guaranteed, but if you take all the necessary precautions, you will ensure that your life and your health and your prosperity will be on the good path. And again, I will reiterate, this is not to discriminate against anybody who is stricken with any form of health issues or any form of STDs, because I am well aware and I'm well educated that STDs were not made for animals. And nobody who has gone to the shop and bargained for it or argued for it or whatever. But I'm just saying, for those who are not yet or have not had the experience that I've had, and so I can share with you today, and I can change somebody's life, or even encourage somebody to make the right decision and make the right choices, and also eliminate promiscuity, because these are some of the things that can prevent. Because trust me, if the good Lord did not touch that young man's heart, my life today would have been different. Maybe I would not be sitting here today. You know, so long and short of the story, please be wise. Think twice. Take the necessary precautions. Or better yet, if you can become abstinent, if you can become abstinent, or you can choose abstinence if that is one of your preference, go right ahead and do so. And I can also elaborate more on this video at another time. If you have questions for me, I'll be happy to answer your questions. Just always remember that you hear it first. Ensure you like, comment, and subscribe to my video. Bye!